What's up guys, welcome to day 12 of the 100 days run streak challenge. Today we're going to talk about how can you increase your mileage when you don't really have the time to run more. Let's get to it. If you are like me, you're probably on some Facebook groups about runnings and you're also following some people on Strava. By the way, my link is in the description if you want to follow me as well. And when you look at the statistics of those people, you realize that they've run 200, sometimes 300 miles per month. It came as a shock to me at the beginning. How could people run that much every week or every month? And eventually I started to run a lot more, dedicating more and more time to it. But at some point I reached a plateau. I was just not able to run that much. I didn't have the time to go out and run that much with all the other activities that I had in a day. Job, friends, other activities. It was just not possible to reach that much mileage per month. Let me know in the comments down below if you have ever experienced such a thing, where you really think like, okay, I'm not gonna be able to run more than what I run this week. And this week is only gonna bring me, let's say, to 100K per month. So how could I double that and go to 200 if I wanted to? Eventually, at some point, I started to reflect back on my agenda and I discovered that there was actually a lot of hidden time that I could gain back as running time. Time that I was not really putting to good use, but I could reinvest this time into running time. The key thing that I think everybody should look in their agenda is about transport in general. It takes a lot of time for us to go from a point A to a point B. And when I realized that, I started to think, oh, but what if I could gain some of this time back and invest it into running time? I did mention this a little bit in the video about the motivation. I'll put a link up there if you want to have a look at it. But my solution is basically to transform some commuting time into running time. Just to put yourself a little bit in the mindset that you need to have in order to gain those little moments and put them into running. I'm going to give you an example that happened today for my 10K run of the day. By the way, if you're new to the channel, I'm running a 10K every single day for 100 days total. Today is day 12, there is 88 more days to go. And I'm also releasing a new video every single day here on YouTube about my progress and some other tips. So if you want to know all of that, go ahead, hit subscribe, hit the notification button, and you can be part of the journey as well. Today for my 10K run, I use this little hack where I would take some transport time and transform it into running time. Now, don't get me wrong, you still have to put in the time. There is no magic here. I still had to take an hour of my time to run my 10K, but I decided to use some commuting time also to take back this time and reinvest it into running. Today, we decided with Margot to go on a little walk. Margot was off running today. So we just thought, okay, let's go for a walk. As you can see, we walk something around like 5K, so a few miles, pretty slow pace. The idea was only to enjoy the walk. Of course, we are in the UK, there were a little bit of mud, a little bit of rain, but overall, it was extremely relaxing, peaceful, and it's a very good way also to relax your legs as you're using them a lot during a run streak. To go for this walk, we had to take a car and drive for 25 minutes. Therefore, I decided that on the way back, I would tell Margot to drop me 10K away from the house and I just ran back home. That is extremely powerful because technically the time that Margot drove back to the house after dropping me was literally only about 15 minutes max. So technically I only won those 15 minutes. But since we went for a walk, I just went for the walk with my running gear, so I was completely ready. I didn't have to take any time to change, put my running gears, trainers. I had everything all prepared on me and I was ready to go. So I only had to jump out of the car, say goodbye to Margot, and I was on my run. And I ran the 10K as I should have, all the way back home. We are really lucky with our location here in the UK because there's a lot of canals or trails and it's easy to find one that brings back home. But just to give you the idea, this is the mindset you need to be in. You need to try to analyze every transport you're doing. Commuting needs to be the first one, obviously. If you can gain any time of commuting by running. When I'm saying gain, obviously you cannot be as fast as if you're driving or taking public transport. It might be wrong on public transport, by the way, but anyway, overall, you got to accept that you're going to be slower. But if you invest a little bit of this time, let's say usually you take a half an hour to commute. If you can take 10 minutes of this half an hour and transform this 10 minutes into an hour of running, yes, technically it still takes you an hour and 20 minutes to go to job when it was only taking you half an hour before. But this 10 minutes that you took, it became a running time, and that made you win a lot of time, potentially a lot of miles every single day, every single week, every single month. And that is the mindset you need to be in. All those little loss of time, and convert that into running. Let's say if next weekend I want to go and see a friend, let's pretend there is no lockdown. So let's say I want to go and see a friend. I'll try to look, okay, how far is the house? Is it within the 10K reach? Okay, then if that's so, then yes, let's take all my gears with me so I can change at his house. Or maybe I take just public transport to go there, and I bring my running gears with me so I can change at his place and just run back home. That could be extremely powerful. All those little stuff accumulated, it's gonna make you win 20, 30, maybe 50% more times running. So go ahead, take the time to reflect on your agenda and drop a comment down below if you have found any time that you can cut out and invest into running. Regarding the update for the RunStreak, today my weight was around 83 kilograms, which is kind of impressive, but also borderline kind of impossible. Because if you look at 3 days ago, I was above 85, which means I basically lost 2 kilograms, almost 4 pounds in a span of 3 days, which I don't think is really the case here. I think it might be more linked to hydration, maybe potential dehydration when I weighed myself this morning. I don't think my diet could be that efficient that in 3 days I can lose 4 pounds like that. But overall, it's working, it's going down, that's what I want. Regarding the run itself, was a 10K classic. I was running along the canal, as I mentioned previously, so it has absolutely no elevation, but I can say that today was the 12th run of this challenge and it was by far the hardest. Maybe it's because I've run the first 10 times on the road, and for yesterday and today it was on the trail, which we all know is a little harder, or maybe it's just a little like accumulated fatigue that is compounding into a very tiredness feeling. But I do feel like my legs need to recover a little bit. So tonight, massage gun. I'm not sure if you ever use a massage gun, but if you haven't, I've made a video about it. Go ahead, have a look at it. It could be game-changing as well for your recovery. That's it, guys. I hope you liked it. If you did, please give me a big thumbs up. Hit subscribe, hit the notification button for the new video tomorrow. Until next time.